Facebook, but you know. All right, guys. We're back. It's been a while. Starting Line Society podcast, and we are here with Corey, the co-host as usual, and down there at the bottom of the screen. Well, maybe it's not your bottom of the screen, but it's mine. Is that big beautiful hunk of a man, Paul Maverick Vineyard, who is coming off a pretty amazing weekend at Albuquerque Dragway,
I noticed that you
and
changed your sign right up there, Mr. Host, to Goose.
yeah, I don't know why he doesn't have Maverick up there. That's a little upsetting. I'm very
Because I
very
don't know what I'm
disappointed in
doing
him.
when I log into this.
Just type in Maverick.
I don't know
It
technology.
should be automatic. Maverick. What's your name, Maverick?
Yeah.
A little bit of news for this podcast. Chase Womack was supposed to be locked in for the show tonight, but unfortunately, he had a last minute schedule change. He got two race cars, and he's coming off a massive win at War of Reckoning in Abilene. Won, I don't even remember it, $75,000, and then the car that he raced against, being driven by L.J. Grissom, I think he won 30 or 40,000. So Chase walked out of there with a big old fat stack of cash, and they're gonna do it again. I think in November, the first week of November, they're doing 200,000 to win out at
Dang.
Abilene Dragway. Yeah, that one's, I can't remember what the name of that one, War of Reckoning or something like that. But it's gonna be a pretty interesting race. But yeah, Chase walked through that entire event like it was nothing. And congratulations to him on his big win.
Yeah, that means more time to talk about something big.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Corey,
Are you
let's go to
are you
let's
guys
go to you,
excited about
Corey.
that?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
we are definitely. Let's go to you, Corey.
So big things happen at the ABQ Speedway this past weekend. I got to see the new, for me, the jet cars. Um, what in the world are the people thinking about putting a jet behind a car? And then the Pauls, the Warlord team, just started hitting it pretty hard this past weekend. Remember that?
Yeah, that was quite a
Yeah,
Vaguely
weekend
remember.
for both of us.
yeah, it's a big. So, walk us through uh, the race before, and then now the race this past weekend. Well, what was going through your minds as you were, yeah, hitting the drag time and time again? What was happening in your minds?
Um, well, it was a lot of there was a lot going on. The Southwest Supercharger race was a little less hectic, but kids and family and all that stuff. It's just there was definitely a lot going on. But I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't I don't know, we weren't really trying to kill it when we went into that race. We were just trying to get data, really. And I mean, that was Paul's plan all along, right, Paul?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, are we going back to the last actual competition race? Is that what you're talking about? Is
Well, this makes two in a row, competition
competition
wise.
one,
Right.
one
Yeah.
each year, 2-0 with this car. But yeah, no, the Southwest Supercharger race last year on Memorial Day. Uh, that was just supposed to be a testing tune, but we figured, hey, if we're going to be testing, we might as well enter the class and get some data. And yeah, ended up
And
having a couple lucky breaks and a couple good lights, and all of a sudden, there we ended up in the winner circle on that one. It was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Uh,
It's incredible, right? You weren't
yeah.
expecting it. You guys are just back to basics, right?
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
can.
suppose out on that one. Like we said, we were just really trying to get the test laps in. I hadn't won a race since I was a kid in junior dragsters until then. So Goose has been with me for man, what, like 10 years with the big cars now, and there's been
Yeah,
a
I think
lot
we're
of
going on year 11.
first and second round losses. I think we had a couple of finals, a couple of runners ups where we thought we were going to have it. We lost to Wally by like 002 at the stripe. So we had been real close. We'd smelled victory, but we hadn't tasted it yet.
Always a
And
bridesmaid, never a bride.
And then
yeah,
Saturday night, it all changed, didn't it?
well,
It,
this one
that,
was a little weird coming into it, right? So we had done a test session, what, 3 weeks before, 4 weeks before?
yeah, Memorial Day.
So, we had Lee Ramey out here. He came out to help us get the shakedown with this new beautiful blower right here. He helped do a lot of work on the car, getting it ready to run. So we were just testing. Testing went pretty good. We had done a personal best, but we also hurt some stuff. So going into this race, I was telling some of our other racers, it wasn't that normal excitement of going into a race. It was, man, I hope this thing just wants to stay together and be happy right now. Like, that was the only goal. I didn't know if we were going to run well, if we were going to run bad. I just wanted it to be in one piece. And, man, yeah, it's not only did we win this weekend, but it's still in one piece right now.
Yeah, look at that thing, that shiny thing. What is that on top of the car?
This is something that Paul stole from the track. No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you giving it
This is
back,
our
Paul?
beautiful light-up trophy. I don't know if you can see the lights going off here, but
Oh, look
Okay,
at
now,
that.
now, hey, you know what? My kids have dozens of those trophies, and I've never even seen one. I've never plugged one in or any of that stuff. I didn't. Yeah, I think Lexi may have plugged one in one time, but yeah.
I just loaded some batteries in there. But now we're into the collection. It's growing. Got a few more.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys can see them right there. There's the Jerry in the Supercharger race. It's the Southwest Supercharger kind of version of the Wally.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we got another one of these for that race as well. So the collection is growing.
So you ran your first run, and you're like, hey, it's staying together
Sort of.
on Friday, and then you ran your second one, and it still stayed together, and then you walked into Saturday, right?
Well, I guess backtracking. So Friday, we didn't know. We wanted to test some of the stuff that we had repaired. Mostly, the transmission. We were trying to check some ignition issues. Paul Royval, Precision Transmission, he found what we believed to be the issue with the transmission. He got that fixed lickety split. Didn't cost us much money. It wasn't many broken parts, so that was always good. He actually came out for the weekend and was helping us there just to make sure that if we had any more issues, that he would be right there, Johnny on the spot. So I can't thank him enough for that.
Oh yeah, that's a big
but we
deal.
went out there and the car didn't want to shift again, so we're still chasing some grumbling with that one. So after this, they talked to Lee, talked to Ray, talked to Paul, and kind of consensus was, hey man, put on your big boy pants and just shift it yourself, which doesn't seem like too big of an issue, but it's a little awkward to reach when you're all strapped in, and where that sits, I have to kind of cock my whole shoulders back to reach over and shift. But we go out there for run 2. Made a small fuel change, a medium-sized fuel change, and didn't know what was going to happen. And I shifted it and ran it out the back door there on the 8th mile, and saw 426 pop up. And wow, my eyes lit up. I thought there must have been something wrong with the timing system. It was wild.
Yeah, and I got a text from the big end, and he said, "What did it run?" And I said it went 426. He's like, "No way."
Yeah, it was this car, man. This thing is a Cadillac. This Spitzer car that's so long. 426 in this, felt like a 450 in our old car. So it was like, didn't feel as fast as it was, but man, we said that was, almost 2/10 new personal best. Like that was trucking, and we looked at the data, realized I got a little trigger happy with shifting, so I was a little bit nervous about that. So I think I hit it too early. So we lost a couple hundred RPM there, which kind of drug it down into high gear. So we definitely left some meat on the bone on that one. So we knew that this car was making power, and especially at nearly 9,000 foot VA.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was 9,010 when we made that pass in the car.
I think that was the first pass. I think the second one, it had cooled down a little bit. We were actually closer at 87, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Still, way up there. East Coasters, they can't quite comprehend that, You don't know it until you've done it. Like, it's a whole other world up here.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing from the other drivers and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's pretty, wow, all right. Because it's lower elevation. You can push it harder, and it goes.
I don't like that.
Yeah, more oxygen in the air at lower elevation, so your car wants to make more power.
Sorry, I was trying to mirror Corey, but yeah, didn't. Because we're just
you have your right and left on. Correct?
We're twinning right here, dude. We're both wearing black. We got nice little beards.
Yeah,
I could be bald.
You're on your way to being bald.
Yep, bold and beautiful.
Yep, bald and beautiful.
Yeah. And then,
oh my God.
Jesus, you took the number 1 spot, right? And
briefly, we thought we did.
Oh,
yeah, we ended up number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Rules, there's different ways that rules can be set. So we went under the index, so technically we were the fastest, but number 1 qualifier went the closest to the index, and somebody else ran a 430. they let us qualify. Went Southwest Supercharger rules where you can qualify up to a 10th under. You just can't do that in eliminations. So we just barely squeaked out Robert Costa for the number 2 spot. And so we went in number 2. Costa was 3. I forget the rest of the order. I don't even think I saw the actual brackets other than people's numbers. I don't.
I had people ask
Fred,
me for the bracket the whole weekend.
I think it was number 4. He was up there. I think he was like a 437 maybe. Not far off the.
Yeah, and then there was the other guy from the guy with the altered.
He was number 1, right?
No, the other altered.
Oh man, we raced him in the Superchargers too.
Galen Grand's brother.
And then
nephew,
we raced first round with number 5.
Right.
So, that's how it ended up shaking out. And we thought, there was a chance we were going to have a bye in the first round too. Tom they had heard a piston, and we heard they were heading up out of Springs to grab a spare. And man, those guys are hardcore. Like that is wild. Yeah. I told them I would have put the car in the trailer and said, "Well, we tried our let's gotta go home." Those guys, they are hardcore.
Yeah, that's pulling a motor apart at the track, especially like that, and then relay racing it. He had Buddy bring it to Pueblo. The buddy from Pueblo brought it to Raton, and they picked it up at Raton. That's
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a lot of work because it's just stay humble in drag racing because there's people that will go out there and do that type of stuff. I won't, but they live to race another day.
Yeah. So the other question is, your families were there, celebrating you and that kind of stuff. What was their reaction?
Well, it's always.
I had my older brother, who's our crew chief. Anybody that knows Dale knows that he is the biggest fan. He was excited, but also it had been such a long weekend that and it takes it out of him. So he was excited, but he also went over to the jet cars. He also needed to get to bed. Michael, my son, he was ecstatic on this one. Right there with us, he was one of the first ones. He jumped out of the truck down when we were waiting at the shutdown, ran over, jumped up, gave me a big old hug, almost took me out.
Priceless moments that'll last forever for sure.
Yeah.
We were lucky. We were lucky enough to have Jazzy in town. We flew her down for the weekend. She was out here July 4th 2 years ago for Chaos, and I hadn't seen her in a while, so we flew her out, and she got to go help us get the car loaded in the trailer and all that stuff. And I had the kids and the wife there, and it's a family affair. Obviously, everybody gets excited when it goes down, but it's. I guess.
And then Paul's first win.
No, that's Paul's second win. His first win was in the Southwest Superchargers race, but the first win, the second win makes it even sweeter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first time we won, that was a big deal because, like Paul said, these are super long weekends, and man, I got to the track at 11 o'clock on Friday. It didn't leave till 1 o'clock in the morning, and then Saturday I was back out of the track at 7:30 in the morning and didn't leave until 12 o'clock at night that next night. So in the course of 48 hours, I had spent 40 of them at the track.
And I was watching you guys.
My brother-in-law, Jose, our other dedicated crew member, he's my brother-in-law, and so he brought my niece out, and she brought some of her cousins, and so we had a big old gaggle. Ray Stringer was telling me when they saw our truck going down to Tomey, it was filled up with kids and teenagers, and like the whole bed of the truck coming to pick me up, and one of the crew members on his team was like, "Man, that's a lot of kids, and glad that ain't us anymore. Now we got adults." And they just tell, "Dude, I remember when that was me, dude. When he had all his kids were younger, and they were the ones in the back of the truck just living the dream, and here we are, one generation out, and now I got my kids and family, nieces and nephews, and Paul's kids, his teenage kids, and Jazzy, young adult now, but we knew her as a young teen as well, so."
Yeah, one of my teenage kids is sitting on the floor right there.
Yeah. And so when you guys had the picture, it was everybody there. It was amazing. Your wives were there, your kids were there, and they all looked ecstatic, happy, but they also looked really, really tired.
Yeah, like I said, long days at the track, long days at the shop. You know what I mean? It took 2 years to build that car, Paul?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we had it out last year, but this is now it's like a whole new car with this new setup.
Yeah, full change in the off season from one season to the next. We did one race last year, and then the car went to the shop and came back a different car. But
Yeah,
like I said, it's got great parts on it. Lee did a great job wiring the car, and it it goes
motor on
aided.
the back, getting a new hat that came from him. So yeah, he's been helping us a lot. He knows as well, the aesthetics and how much the looks mean to me. I think we see eye to eye on that one. So he helped us, maintain that look that we were going for, that real aggressive look, and I think he nailed it. Yeah, couldn't be happier. I mean, we have a serious contender, Top Dragster now. The idea started that we'll go run Top Dragster and be one of the slower cars, or if we go to a big race, there's a chance we might not qualify. We're pretty confident that in good air we've got we could be number one qualifier pretty much anywhere we go.
Yeah.
Once we learn, we'll still need to do some more tune-ups and some more testing, but once we get there, I think with the help of the gurus, any track we go to, we could be in the running for a number one spot.
So one thing,
Go
one
ahead.
thing I wanted to ask you, Paul, is it ever, like I said, I know we got our deal going on, and I know that you're a massive part of the Blown Scentless crew, but does it ever kind of grind your gears that you just want to run over there and see what's going on? I mean, I know you do anyways, but like I said, you're an integral part of that crew. So does that ever affect, like I said, hey, I want to go over there and just get dirty for a few minutes and smell that nitro, or you just laser focused on what we're doing over here?
Oh no, I mean, I was over at Ray's Pit, man, what, 25 times this weekend.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get the itch to jump in and start working. The crew, the guys that they have, they know how to do that. They don't, it's nice to have more hands, but they had it all handled. I mean, even any issues that they're dealing with, they know what they're doing without me. But it is cool to be able to walk over there, talk with them. A lot of this was picking Ray's brain on this car, and hey, here's what it did, here's what I felt, here's what the data looks like. We're on the phone with Lee, or in person there with Ray, going over this. What do we want to do for changes? But that Blown Scentless crew, that's my other racing family. So it's awesome to have them there, seeing all them after the win. And, once everybody, the rest of my crew had gone home, they were all exhausted. I walked over to Ray's crew, got the wife and kids, they went to bed, went over there, had a nice cold beer with them. They all start clapping when I walk over there. And it's, that's awesome. I love having them here. Also, I love having a car that can now possibly keep up with Ray. So he knows he's I've been telling him, he's my ace of spades. He is the one racer in the world that I want to race. Win, lose, or draw, he is the number one on my list that I want to go up against. I would love to win. But win or lose, I just want to hear his car in the next lane. I want to, and not just get my butt kicked. So now we have a car that, hey, our cars should be pretty close together. He went that 395 in Albuquerque last year, so we know he's capable of much more than that in good air. We suspected this car will run 380s in good air, so we could go make a real fun match race and just be cool to race my mentor. So you got to knock off two people off my don't censor me for this, internet, but what I call my hit list is kind of more of a military thing. That's where, like, the Ace of Spades, you have the kill cards. Ace of Spades, like number one.
Yeah.
So I've kind of figured it up. I think I have 7 or 8 that are on my list, and I got 2 of them this weekend. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, because you got to race Fred, and then who was the other guy? Oh, you got to race Robert.
Yeah. And
I
ended up, like, that's just icing on the cake for that one. But those are both, Fred's been supporting us for a long time. He's done some help on both cars now. And we talk a lot in the background of, what he's racing, how his car ran, how my car ran. He'll check in with me after we race, and I'll check in with him, see how his stuff did. He's a lot more hardcore. He's doing a lot of divisionals. They travel a lot more.
Yeah.
And then, Robert Acosta, it's just, man, I remember when I was 12 years old working at the ET booth there in Albuquerque Dragway, and he was one of the heavy hitters there. He had his Super Pro, that blown, what was it? Not a Cutlass.
The Beretta?
Beretta, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
that was Jim's car. Robert had a blown dragster that said "Costa Lot Racing" on the side of it.
Jim had okay, either one, both of them. But I remember Robert from a young age. He was just again one of the heavy hitters. Then when we got back into drag racing, he's now the track owner. He's always been super cool with us. He keeps
Got
tabs
himself a
on
pro
us.
mod.
Yeah, he runs wicked pro mod. I don't know if I'd have been as comfortable calling him out in his car as I was in another dragster I knew was more comparable to us. But yeah, so it's just that was awesome. I got a good chunk, quarter of my list out of the way in one weekend versus it's been 10 years and I still haven't got to race some of the other ones.
Well, maybe hopefully someday soon we'll be able to call out Ray or something like that. But we definitely want to give a thank you to the Albuquerque Dragway track crew for keeping the service pristine, and a big nod to all the people that came out. It seemed like the stands at the track were packed this weekend, for a 4th of July race, and it was really cool. Like, I have a video of the car going down the track, and right before you leave the starting line, there's fireworks going off in the background.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, that is so cool. You know how long it's been since I've seen a firework go off at Albuquerque Dragway? It's been
how long.
Years. Bob, the last time we had fireworks at the track, I think Bob was still running the place. Years ago.
It was 90s, I think, before the shutdown.
Yeah, well, I remember one time Kent Knuckles made a pass in his dragster, dude. He yanked the chutes, and they used to do the fireworks going down the wall that caught his chutes on fire, dude. It was so funny. Yeah, it was an interesting weekend that time. But yeah, I mean, it was the last time I've seen fireworks. I was a kid, so that was cool. Getting the video of the car leaving the starting line with fireworks going off in the background. I thought that was so neat.
My kids and I were on the stands, and we turned around, and we could see the fireworks everywhere.
Dude, the drive
Albuquerque
home after we got done, dude, the entire time we were driving, there's fireworks going off everywhere, dude. It was crazy. Yeah. Albuquerque does fireworks like nobody's business. I tell you, it's probably one of the best fireworks shows you can watch, from your backyard, anywhere in the city, seeing all the fireworks around you going off. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, every run we did, both nights, the kids in the back of the truck as we're towing back, they'd be sitting there watching them off on the side. And, oh, look at that one, look at that one. They're seeing them from just everywhere, all over the city.
Pretty cool. Like I said, those are moments you're gonna cherish forever because your kids are still young. My kids are both old and teenagers.
Gross.
So, yeah, those memories. Like I said, all the stuff that you're doing with the kids now, dude. Yeah. Cherish those memories, Paul. They're gonna get further and farther in between as they get older.
Well, we've now, I was thinking the other day, we've now won 2 of the 3 big races in Albuquerque. I mean, maybe not in a consecutive year, but won a Memorial Day race and won a 4th of July race. So
now all we need to do is win a Labor Day race.
Yeah.
And
That's coming up quick.
Yeah. Well, I know they got the fuel alter deal. I'm still trying to talk to Robert about something. I don't know. Like I said, maybe a quick 16 or something. I don't know. It'd be nice. If not, I'm sure we'll go out there and mess around, right, Paul?
Yeah, we'll be taking the car out, if not just for getting more data, more testing. Seat time, I need that. We're moving. It's a big jump in power. So the more seat time that we can get, the better off we're going to be.
Maybe start leaning on it a little bit. Maybe get that 14. I mean, like I said, it probably would have run a 14 on that first pass had it shifted.
We think a high teen or a low 20.
The second pass. Yeah.
I forget what Lee said. Probably 10 mile an hour on the table, something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We still went 160, but that was kind of down for running a 426.
Yeah, when that thing popped up on the side, I promise you, everybody in both sides of the stage lanes were losing it.
Yep.
All of them were jumping up and down. It was great. Shoulder bumps and
my family and I cheering you guys on, and it was an amazing night. It was a great night. Great 4th of July. Yeah, great way to spend the 4th of July too.
Yeah, well, and then the next night, man, those we tore this neighborhood up, dude. Those fireworks were crazy. I think I shot off like 200 mortar rounds that night. It was crazy. It was a lot. Took me like an hour.
I went to bed at PM the next night, and I was dead exhausted. By the time we got home, I got started this up.
I think I slept till about 8:30 on Sunday. I was worn out. Good Lord. Night racing is hard. It looks like Huh? Looks like we might have a call out here live on the show.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ray Stringer just called Paul Vineyard out Labor Day weekend. He wants to run us heads up second round.
What?
Wow, you heard it here first, folks, right here on the Starting Line Society podcast. Ray Stringer just called out Warlord Racing Labor Day weekend. I assume that Ray is going to be in fuel alter trim, which is what he ran that 390 pass in Albuquerque in. So,
Yep.
all right, well,
And I know Ray did that in the right lane, so I'll go ahead and give him the right lane. We all know that Warlord actually likes the left lane, so
yeah, there's a lot of tire shake on that last pass for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a new thing. I've never overpowered a track quite like that before.
I can tell you, Scott Pariso got tire shake in Tucson, and when we got down to the end of the track, he was sitting on the ground. Like, it was that bad. Tire shake can get crazy.
Mine
So,
wasn't
yeah.
that, but I will say I got getting out of the car at the big end. It's just me down there, kind of reflecting on my thoughts. I normally go through, shut down the battery, I go turn off the CO2, and I turn it off, and I just hear psh. So I think we broke a couple CO2 fittings with that tire shake.
Oh.
It's that's welcome to big boy racing. This is things like this happen. Also, the servicing that I still need to do this weekend for the car is.
We're gonna pull the pan and all that stuff off of it.
Pull the pan again. We got to check the bearings. I got a whole list of things that we need to go check. A couple of things we need to fix. Again, more stuff to buy.
Oh, well, I'm glad I made that permanent oil pan removal tool.
Yeah, we need 4 more of them.
Yeah. So one thing, that I definitely wanted to get into, and, we all have thoughts on the subject, but earlier today, there was a post on Facebook that said that the IHRA may be canceling the entire 2026 season across the board. There's also been talk that they're just going to kill the Outlaw Nitro Series race for the rest of the year. There's also talk that IHRA will cease operations completely. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I've had people reach out. I know one of my buddies was in the meeting today. Still waiting to hear from him, but it's just an interesting. One of my friends texted me and told me that it has nothing to do with money. Daryl Cuddle's just sick of the negativity. People think that they're going to build data centers on all the tracks that he bought. So I'm curious to find out. I'm curious to know when exactly they're going to make that announcement. They said it was supposed to come today, and they still haven't made it. But IHRA has never been they're on the right side of being on time. But there is still no update from what I can tell online. It's interesting. They're racing right now in Benson, North Carolina at Dorado Motorsports Park. They just posted that they're getting ready for a tractor pull. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in the coming hours, days, whatever. We'll see what happens. But I'm interested. What do you think is going to happen, Paul? Do you think IHRA is done for good, or do you think they're going to go through some sort of restructuring process? Or even, have you even paid attention?
I mean, well, I've been busy most of the day. I get working during the day, but I've seen some of the stuff. But I have the philosophy of don't buy into rumors. Wait till something concrete is announced. So
been saying it all day.
I hope that they keep going. I think that they've got a great thing going. A lot of us were hoping at some point to get out there. We talked about this on the last podcast, but hoping that they would come out west and expand it, and that this would be kind of every year that they would build and expand. So at this point, all I can do is just hope that it's not as bad as what the rumor mill's saying, but I don't buy into any of the rumors. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, we have chats.
That's your job. That's not mine. I'm just here to look pretty and show.
I don't know who Glidden fan is, but he said you were low for the entire weekend. Congratulations.
That is probably Michelle.
Is she a Bob Glidden fan?
I do believe she is.
Oh, all right.
Yes, I think that we were low. Yeah, I never got to confirm it, but I think that 426 was the.
Oh yeah, we were definitely low for the weekend for sure.
What any of the cars, if any of their rounds, if anybody had gone faster. I know that qualifying, Danny was number 1 with a 430, but I didn't know in eliminations. I didn't really see what they were running, so we ran before them every run. And then I know the finals was at 433 versus 433. You know.
Oh, and the
Ray
funny cars?
Ray
Dude, it was like a
Sheldon.
433.0 to a 433.3. The mile per hour was almost identical. It's crazy. That was a wild, wild finish for the funny cars. That was crazy.
Whose was wilder? Theirs or ours, where I had to pedal it and the drivers lost it.
I don't know, man. That funny car race was pretty cool,
Yeah.
dude. That, that's the kind of shit you see like on Drag Champ or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. They said it was what, 00 something at the stripe?
I thought he was like 01 or 02. I don't think it was.
Well,
double
I
O.
mean, we've experienced a race like that. We lost a Wally like that to Pinner, right? Pinner?
Ricky
Ricky. Ricky.
Sparza.
Yeah, Sparza
But-
race cars.
I mean, again, it goes back to the beauty of drag racing, man. Like both when we lost and I hung out at the shutdown waiting for Ray because once we knew we were both in the finals, said, "Hey, I'm gonna wait here. Or whoever's done first, wait for the other ones. We're gonna hug it out over here." But just you go up and give your opponent a big hug. You tell them congratulations. It's the camaraderie in racing is just you can't beat that anywhere. Same thing with us and Ricky. We weren't even sure. He didn't know that he had won when he beat us, and we came up and we were hugging it out. And I told him, "Hey man, you won. I saw the win light over there." But it's drag race. You can't beat it.
Well, I guess a lot of people want to know what's on the schedule for the rest of the year for us. I mean, I know we're gonna do Labor Day here in Albuquerque, but are we planning on doing anything else, divisionals or anything like that out of town?
Probably not a divisional. Seeing what the car did, I'm getting the itch to go maybe test in Dallas. I don't know when that divisional might be, but for me, just the amount of leave off of work right now is killing me. The amount of fuel costs.
Yeah,
so
fuel went up
probably won't do too
again.
much, but I know that Lee had said that he'd come down and help us out. He's not too far from one of the several tracks there in Dallas.
Right.
Personally, if we're going to go out that way, I'd like to go to Motorplex so we can do some quarter-mile stuff.
Yeah, I've got to get the wing fixed.
I know they have XRP, which is, if we want to go 8th mile and actually really truck it, we can go do it there. But I'd also like to see what the car will do on quarter mile. And I know, Motorplex, obviously another world-renowned track. But I'm starting to get the itch and thinking that, maybe sometime in the late fall or something like that, we load up and head out on a Thursday, see if we can do like Friday, Saturday test and come back Sunday or something like that.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
Maybe the fuel will go down.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Fingers
Fingers crossed.
They can stop
Yeah,
blowing.
That's
Hey, stop.
prices, right?
They can stop shooting rockets at each other and blowing shit up. Maybe we could get lower gas prices. But I don't know. This is not a political show, sir.
Yeah.
This is about drag racing. This is about racing.
Yeah.
Talking to you, Corey.
I didn't. Yeah, I did.
All right, guys. Go ahead,
I was gonna
Paul.
say, most of our schedule, the remaining, is going to be revolving around the Jinger Dragster and getting Michael out there to the track and getting him as much seat time as we can. So we'll
Yeah,
be at every bracket race.
Henry, if you're watching this, I need those motors, bro. What are you doing? Bring them to me so I can get this done. Let's give Michael the 1190 he needs. Paul,
nice.
sponsor shout outs. I know you got some of those.
Hold on. I'm giving you guys the live, okay? First and foremost, Two Brothers Landscaping.
Woo!
I
Man,
know the owner. He's a pretty good-looking guy.
I hear they're celebrating 8 years in business today.
Today.
Whoa.
Well, happy anniversary, happy birthday. I don't know what we call
Yeah.
that.
I don't know. Whatever. Friend anniversary, yeah.
I'm just
Is
going
there
down the
cake?
car, so this is no particular sponsor order. But Lee, we've already mentioned him several times. He's helped us out big. Scuba Company, they're going to be starting to help us out. They're going to possibly make some T-shirts. Sorry, you can't see my screen. Non-typical tattoo. Cherry Bomb Photo Works. Not a sponsor, but Sarah is awesome. She does great pictures, and I always appreciate her. Down here on the bottom, we got the Greenberg family Amsoil dealership. They've been supporting us from day one. Sherbrink Racing, Mike Sherbrink. Awesome dude. He was great friends with my dad when I was a kid, and now he helps us out with all our fab work.
Best
Last,
machinist in the
definitely
state.
not least, one of our heroes from this last weekend, Precision Transmission and Paul Roybal. So we thank him so much for getting this thing set up and keeping that transmission happy.
Yeah, we definitely got to give a shout out to the wives, Caitlin and Hillary, for putting up with all the ridiculous antics at the track between me and, my best friend, and all the crazy stuff that we do while we're out there, and the kids for coming out and supporting us, and all the fans. And I mean, it's a labor of love for sure.
Keeping you hydrated, keeping you fed.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
for real.
That is a full-time job right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it when my wife shoves water down my throat while I'm at the racetrack. You know what I mean?
I could not drink enough this weekend with that fire suit on. I lost,
Yeah, dude.
I lost 10 pounds this weekend just in sweat.
Oh, nice. Is it
I
like
like
for
that.
real?
For real, yeah. When I weighed
That-
myself on the scale, I was down 10 pounds when I got home.
Hey, I can change your name on here.
Do it.
Uh-oh.
Now that the podcast is over, everybody's going to know my real name.
P Maverick.
There you go. It's all changed up now. Yeah.
Maverick.
Now we need to. You need to be like.
It's right there. I don't know if you guys can see the sticker.
Yeah. So the entire car, like I said, we went to go see Top Gun 2, the whole crew, when
Oh.
Ashley and everybody was still around. We went to Flicks and we made a whole evening out of it. And I don't know. Yeah, just it kind of sort of evolved into I think Ashley's the one that was like, "Oh, you guys are like Maverick and Goose from Top Gun." So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was even before that, but that's what, got it going. And now we're obsessed, constantly playing the music. Michael's obsessed now.
yeah, Michael. That's how he
Big
shuts
Dad,
down in the
Dad,
evening at the track and
Dad,
puts on top.
I need to go relax in the trailer, and then I walked in there 20 minutes later, and Top Gun's playing on the TV in the RV.
Yeah, he's a good
He's got
child.
Top Gun, calm down stuff, and they were
Yeah,
falling asleep all weekend. Top Gun, I'd go in there, they'd be asleep, and Top Gun would be halfway over. It's a
That's-
family now.
that's hilarious. Good lord! And they're coming out with the third one, so I guess we're gonna have to do another
No way.
another crew day. Yeah, Top Gun 3. I think it's coming out next year. They're already filming right now. So, all right. Well, I don't
I
know.
didn't think they could top
Last save
the
round
first
is
one.
what's that?
I didn't think they could top the first one. But
Oh, the
man,
second one was way better. The second one was way better.
Yeah. They never
Better
happened.
graphic.
Yeah, just all the stuff. If you watch how that movie was made, they're actually Tom Cruise is actually flying those F-16s and shit, dude. Like he's
Well,
Like, they
he's
put
back-
cameras on him and-
he's the Rio. They're the Rio. They're backseat.
yeah.
His P-51. That's what he flies. That's his personal P-51.
I don't
They're
know, bro.
back-
You might want to watch that. You might want to watch the making of that video. I'm pretty sure he was flying those damn things.
I don't think the Navy's left. But what, I will tell you, eventually, Paul, there's going to be a surprise for you that I bought with the winnings. I did not put it towards the RV repair like I was going to. I splurged, and you'll see.
Listen,
Oh.
man.
Check out- check out-
Hey, we need to
At
get
some
that
point.
awning. We need to get that awning fixed, bro. Caitlin's big mad, dude.
That still needs to get done, but hey,
Jesus.
the race car,
Dude.
the race car won this prize money, and it
Hey.
got sunk back. That's something for the race car.
The race car is only as good as the driver, okay? The driver won. We just happened to, put together
Hey,
a nice
don't-
car.
001 light.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
Cutting a little close there on a pro tree, Paul.
No, like I was telling people, I'm not good enough to go 001 on purpose, so I made sure to slow myself down a little bit on round 2. I think I went 03, so I think I went a little bit to the other side of it, but
That's
still,
hey,
not bad.
on a pro tree. I have to go deep on a pro tree to become anywhere near an O anything, because it's so hard without a trans brake to, you know what I mean? Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
All right, I don't know what the next. I don't know when the next podcast is going to be. Probably once a month. Just every 2 weeks is getting to be. Every week was insane. Every 2 weeks is insane. I just don't have time. So we'll get together, kind of brainstorm and see what we're going to do for the next one. But I'm Paul, and that's Corey, and that's Maverick down there. Your Outlaw 430 winner at Albuquerque Dragway. We'll be back out again Labor Day. So if you guys are in the Albuquerque area, make sure you come out and check it out. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, boy!